Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So welcome to the Next Gen Tech 360 Student Information session. Now in our 6th year, we are expanding across Tampa Bay. So before it used to be solely in Pinellas, and now we're going across the Bay to increase the competition and to be able to share this experience with more students. So what is Next Gen Tech 360, you ask? The short answer is it's a youth tech Shark Tank. But what does that really mean? Well, it's all about you coming up with an idea that you would like to solve with technology, working alongside business mentors from the Tampa Bay area to help you with your innovative idea and turn it into a marketable product. Along the way, you will really get introduced to the vast world of technology and all of the different career paths that are out there as well. And then lastly, what most of you probably are excited about is the opportunity to get recognition, awards, and prize money. So I have a wonderful team who is here to share what we have in store for you this season. And I would like to introduce to you our ambassadors. And they are former award winners from previous seasons. And Matthew Wernican, can you introduce yourself?
Absolutely. Hi, everyone. It's super exciting to see some new names and returning names here tonight. My name is Matthew. I competed in the 2018-2019 season 2 years ago and did well as the project manager of the first place team. And then this past year, I worked as an intern for the competition itself. So I worked with Robin and helped things come to life. And I'm super, super excited to see how the season goes. So nice to meet you all. Cassandra, would you like to jump in?
Hi, everyone. My name is Cassandra. I competed last year as a finalist. I was the project manager for my team, and I worked mostly on business development and marketing. From NGT, I was able to obtain an internship where I can apply what I learned during the competition in real life.
Everyone, I'm Alex. I was on team Rentathon last year. I worked more with our user interface and our user experience, and this year I'm going to be the intern for the NGT360 competition.
And we are excited to have you.
Yeah.
So throughout the presentation tonight, I think the three of us as ambassadors are going to give some context as to our experience in NGT and kind of what it might mean for you as a student who's looking at the program right now. So it's important to note that NGT is not something, it's not just a regular hackathon, it's not just tech-based, it's also not just business-based. It's a fantastic merge of the two. So you're going to take a product, as Robin said, and turn it into something real. And that's a special opportunity as a high school student. It was like nothing else I had the opportunity to get involved with when I was in my junior year of high school. And when you do so, the doors just kind of open for you. So NGT puts you with mentors as well as investors eventually, such as Kevin Harrington, which is that cool guy in the bottom center of your screen right there. He's actually a shark from the very first season of the show Shark Tank, which I'm sure you've all heard of. And it gives you the opportunities and resources to take your things beyond just the scope of the competition. So many projects that either receive grant money or receive mentorships and internships for their members will take those experiences and opportunities to continue with their product, put it on the App Store, or release their website to the public and get feedback and continue learning even after the competition's over.
So this coming year, it's going to be a little bit different from in the past. So now, instead of having one workshop a month, there's going to be, workshops every 2 weeks, and each one's going to be about an hour long, and these are going to be online, kind of how we're doing it today. And the main part about the NGT journey is going from your idea to an actual minimal viable product. And so that whole process is basically going to be taken care of for you with the help from mentors and workshops that you're going to be learning a lot of the fundamental skills along the way. And so this is just an outline of what you can expect for this year. And there's going to be some really exciting events like our virtual NGT360 Expo, which you'll have the opportunity to present your product in front of companies within the Tampa Bay area. And then you'll also be giving your product pitch at the end of the year, and all teams will actually be working on their product throughout the entire season, and finalists will be picked at the end to give their final presentation to the judges.
So I just kind of wanted to sum up, highlight a few things on this slide here. One is, as Alex said, that we are going to have sessions twice a month. And the reason for that is we have shortened the sessions. So they're going to be 60-minute sessions instead of 1 for 2 hours. And it is going to be virtual, and we will have a micro-learning mobile platform that we will have some interaction with. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And also that all of the teams will be eligible to participate to the very end and get full benefit and learn all of the different skills that the Next Gen Tech 360 program has to offer. So our business community that we have in Next Gen Tech 360, I call it our secret sauce, and they truly are. These mentors are from local industry, and as you can see, many of them are global companies, and many of them have actually been with the program, since it started. So we are really flattered. The program itself actually has earned 2 industry awards, and that is very meaningful because that means that industry is telling us that this program is really addressing the skills that is needed in the business world, right? In the workforce. And so everything that we are teaching you is true to what we do. And when you step into a business, you will be very familiar with things once you have learned the skills that we teach you. So I am sure that many of you would love to have an opportunity to have an internship or potentially at some point in time work for one of these companies. And so that is a big part of what this program has to offer.
Alex, I think you're jumping in here.
Yeah. So, you might be wondering, like, what are some of the things that you're going to be getting out of NGT? And so some of the main things that really define NGT360 is the world-class and real-world skills that you're going to be developing through these industry, these mentors from actual industry, and they're going to be showing you practices that are done in real business. And you're also going to be getting those connections with those mentors and with those companies along the way. And so in addition to getting amazing mentorship, you're also going to have the opportunity to win grant money for the development of your product or for any future endeavors that you have in the future if you place in the top finalists with your product. And then something that is going to be carrying past you with NGT360 is that once you join the program, not only are you going to be getting those skills and those connections, but the whole program is going to follow you even when the competition's over. And that's going to be seen through the internship opportunities that you're going to have access to, and that NGT360 network that you can stay in touch with through our ambassador program, which we'll talk a little bit about later.
So can you hear me now?
Yep.
Sorry, I messed with my mic a bit there. Of course, you've got to be wondering, how exactly is this going to work? In the past, this was an entirely in-person program, or at least workshops were anyways. But we're changing that this year to make sure that we're keeping your safety in mind and also solving some of the issues like with transportation and other like in-person time commitments that people have had in the past. So we're really excited to kind of release a whole new virtual platform and hopefully solve a lot of the problems that you guys might have, or challenges you guys might have faced while participating in NGT. So you'll see right there the Nobi logo in the center of your screen, and that is the microlearning platform that Robin mentioned. And we're super, super excited to work with them and host pretty much all of the learning you're going to do throughout NGT on there. So you'll have actual modules that you can go back through the workshops and revisit later to see all the concepts and the slides that are being presented to you. And there's also tools like Velocity, which is a career assessment tool. And I've used it myself actually now, and it really helps take the skills that you're learning in NGT and apply them to career fields and bigger picture concepts for after NGT, for after the program, which is really awesome. Some of these other things in the bullet points you've already seen mentioned, such as the Virtual Tech Expo, which will be a chance to get in front of real community members and investors, as well as the Ambassador Program, which is what we are here for now, and the opportunity to represent NGT, talk to future students, and keep the connections so that when you need them, you'll still have people to learn from for years to come.
Okay, so now that you have an idea of what this whole season is about, the next steps are registering, right? So it's about selecting your team, identifying that idea, and please keep in mind that you do not have to have this idea fully baked out or really even understand how you're going to go about things. It's something, because we will be helping you to take that idea and apply the different concepts to help you develop that product. So bear in mind that during the whole process, a big thing is all of the changes that you will go through and being able to identify when there is some type of challenge in your path, how to best deal with it. So there isn't any failures, it's just learning opportunities to be able to develop a better product. So once you get your team, you have your idea, then you need to go to that URL that is there, and I actually will be sending out a follow-up email that will have all of this information on it for you. And so then you will need to register on the site. Keep in mind that it is 3 to 5 that need to be on your team. Once you do register, you will get a confirmation email, and after that you will get access to the Nobi app, and there will be an onboarding program that you will do in order to get prepared for our first workshop on October 13th. The deadline is October 11th. So you have some time, but don't wait too long. And yeah, so we're super excited to have you guys on board and are anxious to see what your ideas are all about. And now we are going to open it up to question and answer.
Before we get totally into Q&A, I think there is one thing that should be addressed, and Robin just hinted at it, and this often comes up in questions anyways, and that this experience for you is totally fluid. Like it can change, based on however you want it to happen, particularly with your ideas, with your project progress and direction, as well as your team itself. So you can change team members months into the competition if somebody doesn't want to participate, or you want to add somebody on that might add skills to your team. I actually did that myself 3 months into the competition. My team discovered that we didn't have a good skill set in iOS development. So we added on another member that could do both that and graphic design stuff that we couldn't. And that was a huge reason why we did successfully in the competition. We also changed our idea completely. Our application was nothing like the project we presented at the end of the year, and that's totally fine. That's probably encouraged, in fact, because if you're not looking critically at the ideas you come up with and the solutions you have to these problems, then you probably aren't, doing your own work due justice. So.
And I think really emphasizing taking advantage of those mentors, right? Those who, were selected to be finalists and then ultimately ended up to be the winners. One of the things that they all have in common is that they really sought out those mentors. And if there is at any time something that does happen, you just reach out to me and, we take care of it. But fortunately, we haven't. There might be some mentors that could be a little bit maybe slow in responding, but just really want to emphasize that we are here for you, but you are the one that has to really do the reach out, right? I mean, mentors will reach out to you, but do not be shy and say, I can figure this out. It is all about, working collaboratively as a team to really get that idea to a place that is going to be marketable and ultimately win the competition. So, questions, please. Okay, so I have to ask, I know at least 5 of you were in the competition last year. Are there any newbies here?
Yes, I am one of them.
Oh, okay. And so are you, does that mean you're a freshman or just new to?
No, I'm just new to NGT.
Okay, what year are you?
I'm in 10th grade.
Okay. So let me ask you this, since you guys have been paying attention, right? What out of all of the things that we have identified here entices you most about, the changes that we have made that entices you about this season most?
I would have to say more opportunities to work with more people, like more workshops, so we can have just more opinions about our from our people in general about our products.
Okay, good. Well, that's what we hope to do, right? One of the things too, with everybody having gone virtual and so much of our lives just kind of being disrupted, we also felt that doing more than 60 minutes at one session was just a little bit, just a little bit too much for everybody. And so obviously, at NGT, as well as what we are telling you guys to do, right, is we will pivot if something really isn't working well. We will pivot to turn it so it does. Just like last year, we had, it was final presentations and we had a pandemic. So we all of a sudden had to come up with what is the best way to handle this. And I think that we finished the season off very nicely, was able to get a tool that really did justice to the finalists in their presentations and also for the award ceremony. So anyways, any questions? Are there any points that you guys want to make, Matthew and Cassandra and Alex?
I just want to let everyone know that, I'm going to be like a resource for you guys. So if you do have any questions in the future about like the program or anything about like the timeline, you can always shoot me an email and I'm going to put that in the chat so that you can have my contact information before the end of this meeting.
Okay, great. One of the things I know that we touched on lightly, and this isn't like such a big deal to you guys right now, but just kind of wanted to talk a little bit more of this ambassador program. So as you can see, both Matthew and Cassandra, they're in college right now, right? And so we formed this ambassador program because there were so many of my colleagues reaching out to me, asking me if I had candidates for internships or even career opportunities, because they knew that any of the students who came in, who participated in this program, were being taught the right way. So now after, once you're in NGT, we are affording you that opportunity to be part of that network and to continue to open doors for you. And I think there was a question, so. I know somebody said something and I didn't catch it. Okay. So as you guys kind of know, those who have been part of it, once you're part of Next Gen Tech 360, we're family, right? And we take care of you, and there isn't anything that is too overwhelming or too hard for us to figure out. And it's all about the journey. And you guys will be really amazed at taking that idea and being able to come up with a marketable product. One of the things that I do want my ambassadors to address, because I know before we started that there were a couple people saying, you know, I really don't know. I kind of have an idea, but I'm really not too sure. So could you guys maybe give them some tips about, you know, coming up with their idea or just approaches, right? One of the things that was thrown out, they go, okay, well, COVID's out there. We're not really too sure if we want to do something with that. Maybe everybody is. So if you guys just kind of want to give your pointers on recommendations for ideation.
When I created my idea, it was just something that's been on my mind for a while. So like go throughout your daily, what you go through every day, and think of something that you would want to maybe be through an app.
Agent Y. Agent Y.
Hello?
Are you asking a question, or you might just be unmuted on accident? Sorry.
Xavier, is that?
Are you asking a question?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
So just what I did is I went through, you know, what I go through every day and think, what's something I want in an app? And then I would sit down with like friends or family or even teachers and talk to them about it and see what they thought about it. And then that's what I brought into the competition.
There are often teams that don't actually, you know, make apps as well. You know, if you're not comfortable with coding in a language you need to make an app, there are teams that try VR projects. There are teams that, you know, make all sorts of other tech mediums for people to use, as long as you're, you know, successfully offering a solution.
So one thing I will tell you, as far as the rubric, and that will actually come out to you once once you have registered, but we added a 6th category on there, and it's marketability. So it kind of was always implied, but what we realized, you know, because the rubric itself really focuses on that product development and you demonstrating like the critical thinking, problem solving, your innovation, communication skills, and all of that. But last year, all the students were sponges, okay? So I will tell you that last year, probably almost every single team that was selected for to be a finalist could have made it, all right? Or could have been that winning team. The majority of them probably could have beat former winners of previous seasons. So that's just to tell you the great talent, but also that, you know, how everybody was such like sponges. You guys just really understood what we were teaching you, and complete packages of what was being submitted. And so to really do that, you know, to decide what would set you apart for winning, it's the whole marketability of your product. And so we will obviously go through that a little bit more in detail than we have in the past, since it is going to be a factor. But all along, the program has been about that customer value and the customer experience. So it kind of goes hand in hand. Any other comments, questions? Well, all right. Well, we want to thank you so much for joining us this evening. And also, I want to wish you guys good luck in the season, right? Because I'm really anxious to see what all of you have, you know, all of your ideas and these products and what we're going to be turning them into. So don't forget to register. You will get a follow-up email. And remember that Alex is there for any questions that you may have. All right. You guys have a great evening. Take care.
Good to talk to you guys. Bye.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Have a good night.